Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dot modifiers, like these, and line modifiers, which can be straight, like these, or even curve, like these. And there are 4 different shaped letter stems. So we have our base stem shape, so like a deep divot, and then the combination of that with the modifiers makes our consonants. So there's deep divots, circles inside the word circle like this, shallow divots like this, which can be used to kind of overlap and connect letters, words and letters. And then there's circles on the line of the word circle, which is like this one here. And then vowels are tricky. They're smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of these 4 different consonant stems. So A's are on the outside of the word circle, like this one. E's, I's, and U's are all in the same position, which is on that line of the word circle. But E's have no lines on them. I's have a line going inwards, and U's have a line going outwards. So even though these lines are going in the same direction, this one is an I because it's going towards the middle of its word, but this one is a U because it's going away from the middle of this word. And then lastly, O's are on the inside of the word circle like this. And this one's attached like a bead on a string on this stem here. So yeah, let's go ahead and start reading this. You start at the bottom and go counterclockwise, which is true for the bigger kind of connected sentences of the phrase, as well as individual sentence circles and word circles. So that bottom counterclockwise spiral is just the general pattern for how to read it. It's like going back in time. So here's our first sentence circle, and in the sentence circle, here's the bottom of it. This is our first word. In the bottom of it, this is our first letter. It's a circle inside the word circle, and it's got 3 dots, so it is an L. And then we have our vowel inside it, and it's got a line going towards the middle of that word circle. So that would be an I. So L, and then I, with the line inwards. And then we have this next letter, continuing counterclockwise. It is a shallow divot shape, and there's 1 line ending on it. So that makes it a V. And then lastly, we have our E hanging out on the line of the word circle. So this is live, L-I-V-E, live. And then we have our next word, bottom of it's here. Even though this isn't centered exactly on the 6 o'clock position, because it crosses that 6 o'clock mark, because it crosses the middle, this is still the first letter we read. So it's a deep divot shape, and it's got 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that's an F. And then we have our vowel, and this one's attached like a bead on a string. So that makes it an O. So F-O, continuing around, here's our next letter, and there are 1, 2, 3 dots. So that would be an R. So 4, and then we have our next word here, bottom of it's here. Even though, again, it doesn't actually start at the 6 o'clock position because we continue around. Here's our next letter, and it is a deep divot shape here. And we have 1 thick line on it, and then these 2 little lines, even though they look like a circle because they connect up to that stem and end here and aren't a complete circle, like this vowel which continues through, this is just line modifiers. So 1, 2, 3 line modifiers. So that makes it an F, just like this F. And then we continue around. Here's a U, line going outwards, and then an N. It's inside the word circle, and there is 1 line on it. So there's fun, F-U-N. So live for fun. Then at the end of this sentence circle, I have a comma. So a filled in circle on the line of the sentence circle is a comma, and a period is an open circle. So this is the comma, and this is the period. So live for fun, comma. And then our next word, bottom of this sentence circle, is here. And the first letters are these 2, and these are interesting because they're stacked. If you have 2 letters in the row of the same stem, you can put them on top of each other. And if you do that, you read them from the thin one to the thick one. So this thin one has 1, 2 lines ending on it. So that would be a P. And then we have an L with 3 dots on it. And then an A outside the word circle. And then a circle on the line like this with 1, 2 dots. That's a Y. So here's play. And then we have a shallow divot with no modifiers. That's a T. And another O like a bead on a string. So 2, And then we have this shallow divot with two lines on it, done very similarly to these two lines. But two lines makes it a W. And then we have an I line going towards the middle. And then lastly, an N, just like that one. So win. And then we have our period. So play to win, period. So live for fun, comma, play to win. And these extra decorative outer like circle things, they're just kind of to fill it in and make it look nice. This could be blank without this little octagon bit here if you wanted to, but I really like the look of it, and I hope it makes a good project for you, and I hope it works well when it eventually becomes the design on your leather wallet. So yeah, I really like this design, and I hope you do too. Bye!